You can try to hide it, you can stage the photo ops, polish the lighting, even prop the man up in a fake Oval Office, but you can't fake health. You can't fake being awake when the world can see you're half asleep. And folks, that's exactly what's going on right now with Donald Trump. Every move his team makes to prove he's sharp and strong only makes it worse. From the weird bruises on his hands, to the stiff walk, to the way he drifts off mid-sentence, the cover-up is louder than the truth. And then today, boom, that staged Oval Office meeting, completely exposed. It didn't even happen. They literally tried a weekend at Bernie's trick on America.
Well, if Donald Trump gets dementia, how will we know? Donald Trump's mental decline, which is more and more obvious, started from such a low level of mental processing power that it's hard to track his decline. It's from low to lower. And then there are days like today when Donald Trump asks himself out loud in public if he is allowed to appoint himself chair of the Federal Reserve. Now, it may be tiresome to hear, but we must not grow weary of making the point that no other president was ever capable of saying anything as stupid or as indicative of dementia as that. Am I allowed to appoint myself chair of the Federal Reserve? And we must not grow weary of reminding ourselves what the White House press corps would have done if Joe Biden ever said anything like that, and how big the headlines would be in the next day's print editions of the New York Times and the Washington Post and every newspaper in the country. Because if we grow weary of making the point of how singularly stupid and possibly clinically demented Donald Trump's statements are, then we will become part of the normalization process of those statements, which most of the American news media has unwittingly participated in. And 14-year-olds in this country will think it's perfectly normal for a president to say those things.
Why did President Trump get an MRI during his recent visit to Wall Street?
Look, as President Trump said, he would inquire with the physicians. I'll check back on that. But as the physical itself stated, Kristen, and as you all know, because you were all witness to it, every single day the president is in optimal physical health. This was a follow-up appointment, and we provided a detailed readout of that physical. I'm happy to give it to you again, and I can inquire further.
With all due respect, an MRI is a very specific procedure. It's done on a part of the body looking for something specific, so it's not generally part of any kind of routine checkup. And in addition, President Trump has said that he wants to be transparent. He told us to ask the doctors, which we have and have not heard back. Why don't we have more information on this?
As I said, I'll check back for you.
I'm gonna need y'all to keep it up. Y'all are not going to be allowed to feel tired, because we got a lot of work to do. Now, I know that we have talked about November 4th, and everybody was really excited about November 4th. We even saw historic wins in places like Mississippi and Georgia, without them even having the investments. Let me tell you something, Texas, we can do this. We can do this. If you just make sure that you keep that song in your mind, that you feel no ways tired. So let's talk about where we came from, okay? I hate to talk about it, but we're going to talk about it. So, as I said, as we did a rally in California right before Prop 50 passed, you know, our feeble little governor, now he doesn't know how to answer the call of the people. In fact, he usually doesn't want to show up and talk to the people. But somehow, when that orange line rings, he knows how to pick up the phone and do whatever it is that he is told to do. Now, that's not what leadership looks like. Not at all. That is not what it looks like. But here's the thing. He decided that he was going to answer the call of the orange one and ignore the calls and the voices of the people of Texas. And so it makes me think about an actual verse. It's Psalm 30:5. It says, "Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning." So weeping looks like leaders promoting hate. Weeping looks like Abbott being a lousy step-and-fetch-it governor that puts tyranny over Texans. Weeping looks like taking food out of the mouths of seniors, babies, and making sure that after a court tells you to feed the people, you decide to appeal it. Weeping looks like taking away health care and not giving a damn. Weeping looks like wreaking havoc not only on our economy but also the East Wing. Weeping looks like terrorizing communities with ICE. But joy looks like our amazing Texas state reps. Joy looks like the wins that we had on November 4th throughout the entire country. Joy looks like restoring decency, dignity, and democracy. Joy looks like California passing Prop 50. And finally, joy looks like a man by the name of Gavin Newsom. Many of y'all may not know this. I said I was happy to be back home because I've been on the road fighting for Texans. I went to Pennsylvania to make sure that they retained their judges. I went to California to make sure I could do my part for Prop 50. I made sure that I went to Virginia on behalf of Abigail Spanberger. You see, winning means that we got to do the work. But more importantly, I told y'all joy comes in the morning. And so let me tell you about Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom could have sat on the sidelines, you see, because everything looks blue in California. But he decided that it was bigger than just his state. He decided that this was about the democracy of all of us. And frankly, he decided if you come for Texas, then I'ma come for you. Listen, it's been a while since we had leadership that had our backs.
But the question isn't just, is Trump okay? It's, why is nobody in mainstream media talking about this? Besides Lawrence O'Donnell, who's out there saying the obvious, that Trump's mental and physical decline is getting impossible to ignore. We all heard it. The guy asking himself if he can appoint himself chair of the Federal Reserve. If Biden said that, Fox would still be running breaking news banners. Then there's the MRI story, the one his spokesperson awkwardly danced around. Oh, it was a routine checkup. Really? Since when do routine checkups involve MRIs? Especially when the White House already has one? Something's being hidden, and it's not a sprained ankle. Meanwhile, Senator Markwayne Mullin posts a tweet pretending he's working in the Oval Office with Trump while Trump was literally in Palm Beach. How bad does it have to get for people to start faking meetings to prove this guy's alive and functioning? It's absurd. They're trying to keep up the illusion that he's strong, alert, in control, when everyone with eyes can see that's not true. And look, this isn't about being mean. This is about accountability. Because while they're busy pretending he's fine, real Americans are struggling with food, healthcare, housing. The least we can expect from a leader is honesty about their condition. So don't let them gaslight you into thinking this is normal. It's not. Stay alert. Stay loud. Keep asking questions the kind they don't want you to ask. Because truth doesn't need a photo op, and leadership doesn't need a filter. If you're here for calling out the fakery and keeping it real, hit like, drop a blue heart in the comments, and make sure you're subscribed, because this fight's just getting started.